Hello and welcome to today's edition of Top Rated Recruiter Spotlight. My name's Adam Conrad, founder and CXO of Great Recruiters, and I am joined here today with a man on a mission, and let me tell you, he is accomplishing it. I am joined here today with Noah Neumiller of Pulse Healthcare. Noah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing phenomenal.
I love it. I love it. Hey, look, Noah has been highlighted as one of the top rated recruiters for Q1 2026. And let me tell you, he has a 4.96 rating from over 240 reviews with a 98% high recommendation rate. Just reading your reviews, it is just amazing at the feedback that people are providing you, talking about your responsiveness, great vibes and energy, transparent. There's people dropping referrals in all over the place. There is no doubt you are doing an amazing job out there for the healthcare staffing industry, and just really excited to unpack a little bit. I always like to start with, because I don't know about you, but I didn't grow up thinking to myself, I'm going to be a recruiter. So help me understand, how did you get into this amazing industry of recruiting?
I got into recruiting because of people. My best friend introduced me when I was selling solar 22 years ago. And like I said, I didn't join this industry to fill jobs. I entered this industry because I saw something most people ignored. Healthcare professionals were being treated like numbers inside of a system that can't function without them.
Right.
We are the source. And so the people carrying hospitals on their backs, us recruiters working holidays, them missing birthdays, holding hands of patients during the worst moments of their lives, we're often the same people being undervalued behind closed doors by CEOs, execs, etc., etc. That
Yeah.
never sat right with me.
That's great. And you're right. And there's a lot to unpack there as far as the relationship side. And it's obviously you're in this to build relationships. When you started out, did you just know that those relationships are to be centered? Like, how have you seen your career progress and the way that you're approaching people over the last 20 years?
Wow, it was my passion for helping others and putting people in place to save other lives. What more gratification can you get out of a job? And so that's what solidified me in this career, and knowing that coming to work every day, I'm doing something beyond myself. I'm
Yeah.
helping others.
Oh, I love it. And just unpack a little bit. Just help the folks know who are the people that you're helping today. Healthcare staffing is a pretty broad category. So, what are you specializing in? Who are the people that you're helping here today?
I specialize strictly in travel RNs.
All
So
right.
med surge tele all the way to L&D to CVOR, anything RM related, that's my specialty, that's my niche. Um, and that's who I cater to. And I want to let the world know, as a recruiter, not just nurses have the right to represent you, but also recruiters, we have the right to represent as well who we want. And so, I built my book on transparency, compassion, being there for others outside of the hours.
That's good. And beyond that, like, what has been your key to success? There's so many recruiters who start in this industry, and you've been through the ups and downs. You've seen the pre-COVID times, the COVID times, the post-COVID times. A lot is changing. I was just talking to somebody the other day about how our recruiters, and you mentioned it, CEOs, executives, staffing leaders. It's like recruiters just have a target on their back all the time, right? Job boards were going to replace us. LinkedIn was going to replace us. Automation was going to replace us. And now AI is going to replace us. And I don't believe it to be true, man. And I don't think you do either. But like, what do you think through all of those times? What has been the biggest key to your successful recruiting career?
And there's a lot of keys, but I'll touch up on the main points: relationships, authenticity, consistency. I mean, I'm resilient. My work ethic is unparalleled, just to name a few. And in an industry that has no shortage of recruiters, as you know, there's a million different recruiters, but there is a shortage of trust. And that's what built my career and why people, I feel, respect me and value me enough to take the time to write these reviews when they can be doing other things like saving lives that are more important. So every review I receive, it means the world to me, because like I said, they're taking time out of their hectic day to provide me that review. And I don't just, I don't recruit for myself. I recruit for them.
And I mean, you've been in the industry for a long time. So, I mean, you had life before Great Recruiters. How is being on the platform? How is collecting those reviews, getting that real-time feedback, hearing from the folks that you're helping? How has that impacted you, and how has it kind of changed the way you're approaching your day-to-day engagement?
Well, I mean, Adam, for years, recruiters often strictly judged by production metrics, but numbers alone never tell the full story.
Yeah.
Great Recruiter created accountability, transparency, recognition, and character, not volume. That matters. Being responsible matters. Being genuine matters. Being transparent matters. The platform gives professionals a voice while also giving recruiters an opportunity to build credibility through that trust instead of marketing alone.
Yeah. And so, like, what does it mean to be named top rated? I mean, you have 242 reviews. I think you came in like a firestorm, right? And it's just amazing to see the volume of reviews. Obviously, you're not going to get those if you're not doing a great job. But like being recognized as being a top rated recruiter in your industry, not by me, not by your management, not by the industry, but being named top rated by the clinicians and the travel nurses that you work with. Like, how does that feel, and what does it mean to you?
I mean, words can't explain or describe how it feels, because being a top recruiter means people trusted me enough to publicly attach their name to my character. That means more to me than production or an award could, because reviews are not numbers to me. They're experiences, they're stories, they're relationships. Every review usually represents someone who took a leap of faith on me with their career and allowed me to guide that part of their journey. And like I said, what more success in a job can you have? And that's why I'm extremely passionate about recruiting. I love recruiting, and I try to represent the industry the best that I can.
And with all those reviews and being named top rated, like, what do you think that means to the candidates and the nurses that you're working with on a daily basis? What does it mean to them?
I think it means that their voice is being valued. They're being heard. They're being recognized. We're getting credit, credibility. We're finally getting the recognition that, whether it was nurses, recruiters, we never received that. And so this platform provides that. A lot of recruiters this industry doesn't touch up on have passed away, unfortunately, due to mental health. And that's why, I'm passionate about this industry, and I want to represent the recruiters that are no longer here, that can't represent their name due to them, unfortunately, cracking under that pressure.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a tough job. And I think, we hear it all the time. People look at the reviews, they look at the public facing side of it, they look at how it helps you get referrals and all that. But one of the things that we hear all the time, and I hear it from you, is like, it validates you, it makes you feel empowered, it motivates you, it keeps you going. It's like it's getting all the little wins in between all the placements. And I'm just curious, how do you fold Great Recruiters into your conversations? Because I mean, you get that volume of reviews. It's like people are jumping on wanting to provide that feedback. Talk to me a little bit about how you bring this up in conversations and how you leverage the reputation that you've built on our platform. How are you leveraging that to help build that trust faster with the new candidates that you're working with?
Well, how do I leverage Great Recruiters? I mean, well, when I talk to my candidates, when I'm submitting them, I just let them know throughout the whole experience, hey, if you feel that I represent you well, can you please take the 2 minutes to do so? whether it's in an email or after I'm done talking to them, or I'm stating things on LinkedIn, a post. I will put in my LinkedIn profile. I mean, not my LinkedIn, but my Great Recruiters profile, so they can, if they had a pleasant experience, they can write that review. And I've been doing this for 20 years. And so I've built up a community that values and respects me, because they understand that a lot of the time I'm doing work outside my business hours. I'm not being paid for it. And that's part of recruiting. Recruiting is not 8 to 5. To truly be transparent and there for your nurses, there is no timeline. When they call, you answer. And that's how you build rapport, trust, and credibility. And they'll respect you and take the time to review you.
Yeah. And I imagine there's a lot of great moments that you've experienced and a lot of fulfillment through your years. Can you think of a moment that really stands out, that kind of like solidifies like why you do this, what keeps you going? Give me a story that's one of your favorite to share.
Oh, recently for Mother's Day, for the last 2 years, one of my nurses, her son passed away. And so, I call every, maybe not every week, but every few weeks I call to check in. And the last couple Mother's Days, I let her know Happy Mother's Day, and just letting her know that I care and I think about her and I wish her well. And so she sent Pulse an email saying, how she almost committed suicide. And through people like me that cared about her, it pushed her and brought her back to a happy point in her life. And now she's thriving. And so that means more to me than any dollar amount, or the job itself is getting a nurse to call me or the company and tell them and share a special moment like that from a tragic event into a positive.
Wow. You sent chills down my spine, man. That's a pretty powerful story. I appreciate you sharing that. One of the things that I see is that I just read a post. 4% of nurses are going to call back a number they don't know, because they know they're just being bombarded. They're being bombarded by a ton of different recruiters. They don't know who to trust. They're burned out, right? It's like everybody's chasing everybody. And it seems like there's still companies that are just chasing the transaction. And with all the experience that you have, like, what is one piece of advice that you'd give a new recruiter starting out today in the industry?
Ooh, be loyal to yourself. And what I mean by that is build your brand, whatever it is, whether you're an energetic recruiter, you're a hardworking recruiter. I would say build your brand off your niche and cater to that and never waver from that. And despite what a CEO or a manager, I feel, thinks, always stick and to your craft, and not only stick to the craft, you have to perfect it. And like I said, this job is not 8 to 5. I can't even remember the last time I worked a 60-hour week. It's more 70, 80, but I'm not asking any recruiter to do that. But my advice is just to be yourself, be an original, be authentic.
I love it. I love it. And today, in today's job market, like, what advice would you give to the candidates out there that are being faced with so many calls, or being bombarded, the DMs, the text messages, the phone calls? Like, what advice would you give them other than just pick up the phone and call Noah?
No. So nurses, I have to say, and please don't get mad at me for this, but you have some of the worst resumes in my life. With all the experience and knowledge you guys have, please have updated resumes that look professional, organized, cleaned, and anything over 60 days, please explain it, because they're not going to accept you and it's going to need to be done anyways. So just keep your resume clean, updated, and uptight.
I love it. I love it. Well, Noah, I really appreciate you sharing your story. Before we wrap up, any final words that you'd like to share with the audience out there today?
No, just follow a great platform like Great Recruiters. It's been years, decades since a platform finally gave the recognition to recruiters, and not only to the recruiters, but to the nurses that serve the recruiters, and support Adam and support great recruiters.
I love it. I love it. Well, I appreciate you sharing your story. It's amazing. All of the I'm looking at these reviews, the depth that people are sharing about you. It is no doubt that you care about them deeply. There's people that say, "Oh, I care about relationships beyond the placements," but I truly believe that you understand, and it's where I sit. The placements will come if the relationships exist. The replacements will come if the value is created. And I appreciate you sharing in our mission. I mean, our goal is not to help the world find any recruiter. We want the world to find the great recruiters. And the great recruiters are the ones that are trusted by your peers, the candidates' peers. And so I appreciate you really just continuing to be an advocate for what we're doing. And we love sharing what we're doing. And we're so happy to have built a platform that helps you showcase your greatness, Noah. And I just wish you all the best, man. And I know this won't be the last time that we do connect.
No, thank you, Adam. And thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to even interview, and thank great recruiters once again.
No, I appreciate it. Well, if you're out there, if you're looking for a great recruiter, if you're a travel nurse, look no further than Noah. You can go check out our marketplace. If you're looking for a different recruiter, it's all good. But know that you don't have to settle with just any recruiter. Find yourself a great recruiter. They have the badge to prove it. They're certified, they're top rated, and they're getting real-time feedback from your peers, so you know who you can trust. Other than that, go out there, do your best, and make it a great day. Cheers.